A shocking investigation finding sexual relationships, sending explicit photos, and open marriages involving Laverne police officers says it all centered around Officer Megan Hall, who was given the department's Community Service Award just back in August. The report says Hall had unreported sexual relationships with 6 other officers, some of which happened while at work. The report also mentions a Girls Gone Wild type party on the houseboat of Laverne FOP President Eric Statz. A city spokesperson confirmed the report in a statement.
A few moments later.
Well, a federal lawsuit targets the city of Laverne in the wake of a police department sex scandal. And now they're suing over what they call a hostile, sexually charged work environment that victimized a rookie officer.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to hit y'all another video. Hope y'all are having a very great day. Hope y'all are having a very great week also. My day is going absolutely magnificent. Big shout out to all the channel members, all subscribers of the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have an update to a story that I did back in January. And this story comes out of Tennessee by way of Laverne. And big shout out to everybody in the great state of Tennessee. Everybody in the great city of Laverne. Now, as you all may know by the title, that today, yes, it's Freaky Friday. Yesterday was Thirsty Thursday, even though I did not do a thirsty video yesterday. But today is definitely an update to a thirsty video that I had did just about a month and a half ago. So what I need you all to do right now is get those sweet, precious, bad kids out the room so we can talk about what's really going on in Laverne Police Department. And also, why in the hell is Megan Hall trying to sue the police department? Anyway, get those kids out the room. Go ahead. Perfect. Yes, about time. Yes. Anyway, hopefully those kids out the room by now. If those kids are not out the room by now, tough double D titty. And since today is Freaky Friday, guess what? Yes, all size matters. Yes, I'm sure everybody's loving this, especially for my people with the itty bitties. Now, anyway, this story really comes as no surprise because, as you may know, sometimes when people get down for the get down, they will sit up here and try to say no, they did not do what they done when we know exactly what they have done. Did y'all catch that? Now, Megan Hall was outed just about 2 months ago when she laid down with half of the police department in Laverne, Tennessee. Yes. And to be more frank, it was her second team shift that she laid down with. Yes, 7 cops. But she's really mad at one cop, and that one cop go by the name of Sergeant Lewis Powell. Lewis Powell, what in the hell did you do to Megan Hall? Because Megan Hall seemed to can't get over you. Like Frankie Beverly and Mays. Now, I don't know what you did to Miss Megan Hall, but evidently you put that BBC on her. And y'all looking around right now like, Trey, what the hell is a BBC? The British Broadcasting Channel? No, we talking about a big black cock. That's exactly evidently what Mr. Lewis Powell put on Megan Hall, because Megan Hall sounds like she's more mad at Lewis than any damn body. But I'm going to tell you the person who need to be mad in this whole situation. Yes, her husband, Jedediah. And y'all looking around like, Trey, Jedediah? Did you say Jedi? Yes, Jedediah. It is more than one Jedi in this galaxy. You know what I'm saying? I thought they lived in a faraway galaxy. Now, anyway, Megan Hall recently went on a news station and also appeared with her lawyer stating in a 51-page lawsuit that she planned on suing the police department because she did say no, even though she still went along with the program. And also Megan said is that the officer, and I'm thinking that she talking about Sergeant Lewis Powell, that he would not take no for an answer. And Lewis, oh my God, you need to go put your head in the sand because Megan Hall is not playing with you. I mean, when somebody's giving out their diggling or cookie that easy, it's a good thing just to pass it up. Y'all lucky that y'all didn't catch nothing. Now, I'm not saying Megan Hall has anything because I don't want to get sued like the police department, but you can't sue me because of my opinion. And also, all I'm doing is just stating what? For facts all day, every day, like my people in St. Louis say. So you can't sue me. Now, anyway, a lawsuit is on the table, and yes, Megan Hall says that she did say no and that the officer did not take no for an answer. So we're going to find out who that officer is as I break the story down. But anyway, I'm going to read a quick snippet from this story, and I am going to give my opinion, all of it. Surely, as we go, cop gone wild, Megan Hall breaks her silence after being fired over sex scandal with 7, yes, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 police officers. And also Megan stated, I did say no, and he wouldn't take no for an answer. Damn, no does mean no. Anyway, now Tennessee cop gone wild, Megan Hall broke her silence for the first time since being fired after a salacious sex scandal with 7 fellow officers surfaced. Yes, and you all remember that story. It's a sad shame what all went on. And the story goes that it was a whole lot get down. Now, Megan Hall was working for the Laverne Police Department for about a year. So the first officer that she came in contact with was Sergeant Lewis Powell. And Lewis Powell, the one broke her in. And you already know, how did everybody else find out? You know how everybody else found out? They have an old saying called loose lips sink ships. You know what I'm saying? Lewis told everybody in that damn police station that he got with you. You get what I'm saying? And also, the nerve, Megan Hall, and also Sergeant Lewis Powell. But I'm blaming you, Megan Hall, because you're the one married to Jedediah, even though you wouldn't uphold your values or whatnot. And I'm shocked that Jedediah is still trying to stand beside you, I guess because he's the son of a pastor or whatnot. A sad situation. I would have been told my daddy, you can say what you want to say. This ain't till death do us apart. It's till you get that butt up. And once you give your butt up, guess what? We done. Now, anyway, Megan Hall, 26 years old, told the news station that she felt terrorized by her superiors, and earlier this week revealed that she felt sexually groomed in a federal civil rights case filing. Damn, Megan, you filed a federal civil rights case against these people? Oh my God. And now some of you all may be wondering, well, Trey, what all was going on at this police department? They said it was having girls going wild parties, and then it was also having threesomes at the police station. Now, one of the officers had his wife up there with Megan. Now, Megan, why ain't you suing the wife also? And then they said it was going down in a police gym where hand jobs was getting done in the gym. Yes, hand jobs. You already know what that means. And also in the parking lot, some BJs going on. Somebody was doing a whole lot of sucking out there. Now, if they ain't enough to make you want to clutch your purse and your gold chains, I don't know what the hell is. Now, anyway, let's continue. The lawsuit names several high-profile police officers from the Laverne Police Department and claims that they took advantage of her poor mental state. Now, let's put our thinking caps on today, people. Please, let's put them on. Now, if you have a poor mental state, you shouldn't be a police officer. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, excuses are like buttholes. Everybody got one. You get what I'm saying? And you already know what comes out of it. A bunch of the S word. And yes, I'm not trying to cuss today. I'm trying to take the high road because God told me to be still today. But I'm going to say this right here. Like, how are you going to sit there and say that you have a poor mental state when you supposed to be upholding the public or whatnot, protecting the citizens of Laverne County? So how can the people depend on you if you claim that you have a poor mental state and you want us to sit up there and act like that's a good enough excuse for you to doing what you're doing? Now, anyway, let's repeat that for my people who did not catch that. The lawsuit names several high-profile police officers from the Laverne Police Department and claims that they took advantage of her poor mental state and vulnerabilities as she navigated a troubled marriage. Now, if your marriage was trouble, and you might be wondering, Trey, how in the hell was her marriage trouble? From what I heard, her and her husband, Jedediah, say it with me, Jedediah, yes, just like that. They were supposedly buying a home, and I guess this caused Megan a lot of heartache and trouble or whatnot. So if you having these kind of problems or whatnot, this is what we call life problems. You know, you buy a home, you buy a car, guess what? You got to pay your bills. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to pay your bills? You ain't Destiny Child. Somebody got to pay them damn bills. So for you to sit there and say that you was in a poor mental state and you were vulnerable and your marriage was in trouble, whatnot, why was your marriage in trouble? Because from what I heard, Jedediah wasn't cheating. Jedediah went around there with 7 other women or whatnot. So why was your marriage in trouble? It sounds like because of you. Anyway, let's continue. Now, detailed descriptions of how sexual exploits with fellow officers emerged from the Tennessee Police Department. The lawsuit claiming that the affairs took shape after her on-the-job affair with Sergeant Lewis Powell. So Sergeant Lewis Powell, the one broke you and broke that cherry real good or whatnot. I guess the saying is true. Once you go black, you can't go back. Now, I told you all in the beginning of the video that Megan Hall was very upset with Sergeant Lewis Powell. But it seems like to me, Miss Megan Hall, that you should be more upset with yourself because the last time I checked, these men did not force you to do a damn thing. And if they did force you and you had a plans to sue or whatnot, just like you're trying to sue them now because you're embarrassed because the whole world know you're a thought. Now, if they really did take advantage of you or, you know, took it from you, why did you not record them or whatnot? Why would you keep going to pool parties? Why would you keep going out in that parking lot? Why would you keep going in the police gym? And why would you having threesomes and doing all this other stuff with these fellow police officers of yours if they was taking advantage of you? So it sounded like to me that you were very comfortable with the things that you was doing. So why not stand by it? Anyway, let's continue. Now, this is what Miss Hungry Cookie Megan Hall had to say. She says this right here. I know what most people are saying. You know, you could have said no. I get it. But my response to them is I did say no. Well, if you said no, sister, that means that they RAPE you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they took it. So, I mean, we should not be dealing with a federal civil rights lawsuit. It should be some people in jail for statutory, you know what I'm saying, or taking your stuff. So why ain't they been in jail for that? So it sounds like to me that you are just trying to make up an excuse to save face, but it's too late now. The whole world knows. Anyway, let's continue. Now, Megan Hall goes on to say, I know what most people are saying. You know, you could have said no. I get it. But my response to them is I did say no, and he wouldn't take it for an answer. So if the guy didn't take no for an answer, who are you talking about? She's most likely talking about Sergeant Lewis Powell. Sergeant Lewis Powell, what did you do to Megan? Golly, you weren't supposed to beat that thing up like that. Now, if he didn't take no for an answer, that means he RAPE you. So why wasn't he arrested for that? And also, why didn't you record it? And also, why did you not bring this to your superiors? So I can't understand why you didn't record the conversation or record the incident or whatnot. Because if he's that hungry for you, chances are that he would have done it again. So you could have easily called him up on camera. And guess what? The whole world would have seen that you were telling the truth. But it sounds like to me, Megan, just like a lot of other women do it. And unfortunately, it's the truth, is that when they get caught being a thought, holding themselves out, they want to sit here and play the guilt card like they wasn't down for the get down. Anyway, let's close up because somebody got mad at that. And now some of you all may be wondering, well, Trey, who are these cops that Megan laid down and got to get down with? And here they go right here. One of them go by the name of Larry Holiday. Yes, Larry Holiday. Patrick Maglioga. And also Ty McGowan. And also Juan Lugo Perez. Even Juan Lugo Perez had to get some. And also Gavin Schroeder. And also Detective Seneca Shields. Seneca Shields, you know better. Lord have mercy. Somebody knew Seneca personally when they hit me up and said, I know him personally. I know his, I don't know if the guy was married or a girlfriend or something. They knew something about Seneca Shields, his girlfriend or something about it like that. So as you can see, it's a very small world. Anyway, let's close up. Now, Megan Hall says this in closing. She says, my supervisors work together to take advantage of me and my vulnerabilities and also my mental health, and they used it for their gain and their sexual pleasure. But at the same time, I mean, how did you think word got out that you was around there being a thought? Sergeant Lewis Powell evidently told it, unless you were parading around in front of everybody. But I'm sure he went and told everybody else, and that's how everybody else got a piece of that thing. Also, Megan says, who do you turn to when the police chief is sexually harassing you? How can I get justice when the entire system, including the chief, not only condones such behavior, but participated in it? So damn, the chief of police had to get something too. Oh man, it's just crazy there. You feel me? I mean, wow, it's very shocking. Now back to the start of the hour, the one I told you about in the beginning of the video, Sergeant Lewis Powell. Sergeant Lewis Powell, that sounds like Megan Hall is really upset with you. I don't know what you did to that woman or that you promised to be with her, but whatever you done, she is very pissed off. And this is what they had to say about Sergeant Powell. Sergeant Powell learned that Miss Hall was going through the process of buying a home, just like normal people do, just like I told you in the beginning of the video. It's called life. Anyway, now she was buying a home with her husband, and that this process was extremely taxing on their relationship, says the lawsuit. So, you sit up here and buy a home with your husband, and you saying this is the reason why you was doing what you was doing, and the marriage was so troubled. That is a dumb excuse. You know what? How about not buy the home and stay in an apartment, or better yet, just sleep in a car? Guess what? You still would have cheated. So that's not a good enough damn excuse. Just admit the truth. Is that Sergeant Powell must have came in there one day with some sweatpants on or some shorts on, and you seen that thing hanging, and it's just all it took right there. Anyway, let's close up. The lawsuit also says that Sergeant Powell positioned himself as a reliable source of companionship. You don't need no companionship. Your companion is your husband. What do you and this black man got in common except for you all both cops or whatnot? Let's just be for real. If anything else, you already know what's going to lead to. And that's where? To the bedroom. Now, anyway, Megan said she thought that he was a reliable source of companionship and advice regarding Miss Hall's career and on her marriage. And you see how that worked out. What kind of advice he going to give you on his marriage when he got you bent over? Patting them cheeks. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, and they ain't done. This is what else they had to say about Sergeant Powell. They said Sergeant Powell persisted in requests for sex despite Miss Hall's resistance, the lawsuit said. And then it goes on further to say that eventually Miss Hall gave in to Sergeant Powell's request for sexual favors. And this is where they really made Sergeant Powell look weak at. I'm going to show it right here so you all won't think I'm lying. She said when she tried to stop that, Powell threatened to kill himself. How you going to kill yourself over somebody else's cookie? It did say that Sergeant Powell called her while heavily intoxicated, it stated. I mean, damn, yeah, he going to get real drunk so he can beat that thing back up. Anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. I'm going to tell you all this right here. Look, if you're married, respect your vow. And guess what? You won't have no problems with nobody else coming in between your relationship. But you can't sit up here and do something and sit up here and say that the reason why you were doing what you were doing was because your marriage was trouble. And come to find out, your husband not abusing you. Your husband was not cheating on you that we know of. Come to find out, the marriage was in trouble because of you, Miss Hall. And if you want to sit there and tell the public that the reason why you done what you done because you was buying a home or if you were buying a car, whatever, it's called life. You know what I'm saying? It's called get over it. You feel me? And I'm also going to say this, that the first moment that Sergeant Powell made an advance at you, you should have went and told your husband because he was a cop also. And if that didn't work, guess what? You go to Sergeant Powell superiors or whatnot. And if that don't work, then you seek legal action. Quit the police force. Don't sit up here and go to parties and thought yourself out. And they got you all on video sharing naked images and also doing things on these videos, doing threesomes at the police station, in the gym, in the parking lot. That sounded like to me a willing participant. But anyway, you all let me know what you think about this video. If there's anything I may have missed or misinformed, which is not my true intent, please let me know in the comment section, or you can email me and we can talk about it more there. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel and become a channel member. Also, share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed and have a great day and have a great weekend. And if you're with somebody, especially if you're married, respect your vows. And if you don't want to be married to that person, or if you're married in that much trouble, go seek a marriage counselor. Don't go seek another diggaling or another cookie, because that's only going to make it worse. And if you do something, stand by, because guess what? We are all adults here. And as adults, we should govern ourselves, what? Accordingly. Anyway, love you all. You all have a great day. And guess what? I'm out.